The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte addressed her supporters amid issues surrounding her proposed 2024 confidential funds. In a Facebook post, Duterte acknowledged her supporters' frustration and anger. But she hinted that political challenges are less important than economic issues and the conflicts between Israel and Hamas, as well as Ukraine and Russia. The VP also called on the public to unite for the welfare of the country. Duterte's statement is on the heels of displeasure from her allies over the removal of confidential funds from the OVP and DepEd. Lawmakers from Cebu and Bohol are rallying behind House Speaker Martin Romualdez. The congressman signed a joint statement of support for Romualdez, while he's being criticized for the lower chamber's move to realign confidential funds of civilian agencies. The lawmakers also thanked the Speaker for his quote, exemplary leadership and dedication. 12 representatives from Cebu and 3 from Bohol signed the statement. Former Senator Sonny Trillanes has submitted new evidence to the International Criminal Court in relation to the Duterte drug war. It's a video of former President Rodrigo Duterte admitting that he used intelligence funds to pay for extrajudicial killings. The funds were at Duterte's disposal when he was still mayor of Davao City. Duterte gave the interview to SMNI on October 10. The clip was taken down on October 12. But Trillanes' Magdalog Group was able to obtain a copy. With Duterte's admission, Trillanes believes the ICC probe is now an open and shut case. His group is also appealing to President Marcos to cooperate with the ICC investigation.
Hanggang sa ngayon, wala pong nag-iimbestiga sa kanya. Hindi uusad ang kahit na anong kasong ibibigay mo sa ngayon kasi ganun nga siya makapangyarihan. Tapos kilala din yung si Mr. Duterte na gumagamit ng death squad, 'di ba? Pinagmamalaki niya 'yan. So, natural, matatakot yung mga testigo, yung mga prosecutors at yung mga judge.
Moving on to another story. Motorists see as another burden the recent toll hike at the Subic-Clark-Tarlac Expressway or SETEX. The Toll Regulatory Board approved a 64 centavo increase per kilometer which took effect on October 17. The NLEX Corporation, which operates SETEX, says they initially sought for a bigger increase. However, the TRB decided to divide it into 3 tranches over 3 years. Still, motorists and truckers say the hike will hurt them. But the NLEX Corporation explained that in the long run, SETEX users will benefit from the hike since proceeds from the increase will go to upgrades.
Parang masyado na mataas ang idadagdag nila, parang sobra na para sa normal na tao, sa average na sahod ng mga tao.
Compounded na lagi ang lahat ng gastusin, taas ng diesel, lahat na, no? Tapos dagdag pa nga itong sa toll fee natin, added expense on our part. At saka yan magiging dagdag din na ipapasa namin sa aming mga customer, and incidentally, yung mga customer namin, ipapas on din naman sa lahat sa atin kay Juan de la Cruz.
Itong adjustment natin ng toll rate sa SETEX ay tinatawag natin periodic adjustment. Ito yung June ng 2021 and 2023. Sa concession agreement natin na maaaring humingi ng adjustment ng concessionaire every year or every 2 years.
More stories coming your way after a quick break. Stay with us. You are still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Here are some stories making the headlines at this hour. It's not just the House of Representatives that has been dealing with hackers as of late. Even the Senate recorded a spike in cyberattacks on its system over the weekend. But according to the upper chamber's leadership, none of the breach succeeded because they have an anti-hacking software. The malicious access requests were said to come from both international and domestic sources. President Bongbong Marcos is off to Saudi Arabia tomorrow for the first ASEAN Gulf Cooperation Council Summit. The chief executive will also meet with Arab businessmen and leaders as well as the Filipino community. It is not clear if discussions on the Maharlika Investment Fund will be pursued as originally planned. The president himself recently suspended the MIF's implementation. The Office for Transportation Security has temporarily suspended the mandatory footwear removal in all airports. This is pending the policy review of the Transportation Department. This means passengers will only be required to remove their footwear when an alarm is triggered during screenings. The rule was first implemented in July as means to detect any prohibited items kept inside travelers' footwear. In sports, Cheritigo, Akari, and Petrogas each scored wins in the continuation of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. The details in this report.
Serving for the match.
Premier Volleyball League action resumed Tuesday with yet another triple header. First to take the stage were the Cheritigo Crossovers and the Farm Fresh Foxies. Cheritigo had to battle back from deficits on each set but still managed to sweep the Foxies 25-21, 25-23, and 25-22.
Pero saved by Romualdez, Nabor flying in, EJ.
Sisters EJ and Ea Laure were a tandem for the Crossovers, notching 14 and 13 points to lead the team. Cheritigo is on a quest to recapture a PVL title they last won 2 years ago. The second game was much tighter between the Akari Chargers and the powerhouse F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. After losing the first set, Akari turned on their motors and won the next two frames, allowing the team to get to within a set away from victory. F2 though hung on and took the fourth frame to set up a crucial fifth set showdown.
Faith has to ad-lib. A chance to counter here for the girls in yellow.
Up 13-8 in the final set, PVL debutant Fifi Sharma blocked Myla Pablo, then drilling in the ace to ice the win. Sharma notched 13 points as 5 Chargers scored in double figures. Dindin Manabat led a carry with 19 markers. The balanced scoring was enough to offset Ivy Lacsina's solid 26 points. F2 played without top stars Kim D and Don Macandili.
I'm just overall happy with the results because it was evidently a collaborative effort, so it makes the win more satisfying. My mindset was just, a focus, back to basics, breathe, stay in the present, don't overthink things, just play your game. And that has always worked for me.
The new team.
The third game also ended in a sweep between the Petrogas Angels and Galleries Tower High Risers. Petrogas decisively won the first game, but Galleries made it more interesting in the ensuing frames.
Offset.
Still, the Angels towered over the High Risers 25-11, 26-24, and 25-22. Gretchel Soltones led all scorers in the game with 19 points. PVL All-Filipino Conference action resumes on Thursday, October 19 at the PhilOil Eco Oil Arena. First to play are Cheritigo and Galleries Tower at 3 p.m. Up next are the PLDT High-Speed Hitters versus Akari at 5 p.m. Farm Fresh and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans will close the game. Catch all those matches live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. See you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.